It's day 2 with the 2015 PDGA Pro Disc Golf World Championships. There's a battle going on for the lead in the Women's Open division. And to see how everyone is managing the course, stay tuned as Disc Golf Monthly starts now. Welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the 2015 Professional Disc Golf Association Professional Disc Golf World Championships. Hello everyone, I'm Carl Cubbage, joined by the legend of Delaware, Jimmy McIlvaine. Jimmy, we're here at Nob Hill, and we're covering the Open Women's Division for this month.
Yeah, it's like the first time that I can remember myself covering the women. This is going to be exciting to me. I know my little girl, Jamie, she's excited. She was, hey, we're going to, she never gets to see the women on, so she's met a couple of these women. So this is going to be exciting. In my household, I know that there are a lot of women out there who are excited about seeing something out different besides just the men, seeing how far they could throw.
Well, Jimmy, let's talk about the growth of women in disc golf. You've seen it as a tournament director, trying to get women into the sport and have a lot of fun like the rest of us do.
Yeah, it can be hard on the local level. Right in a big H here, I get a chance to see women traveling. So there seems to be in my area there seems to be more of that going on. I have more in the H here where women are traveling than locals. We have some local women, probably in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 that play in tournaments, and it's tough getting them to go from that amateur status up to the pro status, because then you start into how much they're competing with, the local women. It's a complicated situation for them, I think.
Well, maybe at your local level, but we've seen some of the best disc golfers out there just rise to the top here in the women's division. It's exciting.
Yeah, there has been such a turnover since I've been playing, from when it was, Elaine King and Juliana, and then, out of nowhere came, Val, and then now it's, Katrina, and then Sarah won, and then Paige won a couple years. I mean, there's some serious competition going on there.
Well, and if you've watched those top women, follow them and see how far they throw, you go,
oh yeah, I watched Katrina just when we were following them around at Iron Hill a couple months ago. She was crushing some serious drives out there. And the same thing, the year before that when Paige was there. I mean, it is fun watching somebody. They give them a hard time. Some of these women are only like 5'2", 5'3", 110, 120, and it's what's the big deal? And it's like, you know what? They can outthrow you. They're overthrowing over 400 feet easy.
Well, absolutely. And I think some of our viewers that are new players will probably notice, as I do, when you watch the women play, their form is really pure. I mean, guys are all over the place doing all kinds of things. When a women's out there, their just form is flawless.
Well, I think because of their strength, that they have to be absolutely flawless. I mean, it's not about brute strength there. It is about, how smooth and how, perfectly your form is.
Absolutely. Well, it should be pretty exciting, Jimmy. They're going to be playing a great course here in Pittsburgh, Nob Hill. Tell us about Nob Hill.
Okay, Nob Hill is primarily wooded. There's a couple of, open places. Big thing about Nob is there's, especially for, I think, this group of players, there are some serious par threes here that are unreachable. So you're going to have to score your birdies on the couple easier par threes, get your birdies on the par fours, and keep your bogeys under control. So it's going to be managing the course. I think you're going to see a lot of that, where take your par where you can, and if you got a chance at a birdie, try to get it that way.
Well, fantastic, Jimmy. Who are the superstars we're going to cover here in the Women's Open Division here at the Worlds?
Okay, in first place with a 124 is Valerie Jenkins from Bend, Oregon. In second with a 126, Sarah Cunningham from Greenville, South Carolina. Third place with a 127 is Sarah Holcomb. And in fourth place with a 128 is Katrina Allen from Madison, Tennessee.
Wow, we got a lot of superstars in there, world champions. What's the mix going to be like here, Jimmy? What are we going to see?
You've got 3 world champions here. Valerie has a way of not losing control, and on a course like this, and actually all these courses out here that they're playing this year, I think that's really going to benefit her. Uh, Sarah Hokum plays well in the woods, really well. I mean, she took down the world championship at North Carolina, and her flick shot is just deadly. On a course like this, it tends to be a little, lefty to right friendly. Uh, Katrina's got power, lots of power. So on these longer holes, that I was talking to before about the long par threes, I think the edge goes there, and Sarah Cunningham is just a solid player all the way around. Flick shots and backhands now.
Do you see any advantages putting from either of the four players?
You know, I know that Katrina takes putting really seriously, but Sarah Holcomb pulled off this 100 putts in 100 days in the wintertime, and she has really, 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 really been focused on putting. So some of that, if you've seen her from the North Carolina Worlds, her putting style is a little bit different now. She's really, really worked on it, and Valerie's just solid putter. So I think all four of these women have I don't think there's any weak putter here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens out there.
Well, we will see, but we're going to take a quick break, and we hope you'll all stay with us because we got some exciting action in store for you. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, here we are. We're covering the Professional Women's Open division as they get ready to start the round. We've got Valerie Jenkins, world champion, on top by 2, and everybody's close behind, Jimmy. Should be pretty exciting. Folks, we're going to start this off on basket 7 in C position, par 4, 587 feet.
This is just a big crush, and then make sure you don't go OB on your second shot.
And Valerie whips that one out there. Looked like that turned over and dug in a little bit. Sarah Cunningham. Sends it up high, flexing back. Sarah Hokum. It's got that powerful flick shot.
There's going to be a lot of places on this course that flick shot's going to come in handy.
Katrina Allen always has a lot of power off the tee. Nice down the chute, coming back.
That should be pretty in line with the basket. The basket's on that wood line right down there with an OB road behind it.
Valerie over the hill.
Just be a little short and left.
Drills it down the left side, coming
Gotta
back.
come back. That might be really nice.
Katrina had the long drive of that group. cuts it back in.
That could be nice.
Let's see what we got. Got to be careful not to go too far on this one. Roll away will cost you.
Yeah, the roll away down to that road it's so fast.
Just one roll. Yeah, it's like invisible on this. Yeah.
So these are the new Prodigy baskets.
I was just going to say something about that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
The Prodigy baskets. We've got 2 birdies and 2 pars. Sarah catches up a stroke. Okay, folks, we're on a basket 8. It's the C position, par 4, 521 feet.
So the play here is to either swing around this big tree, which I'm sure Sarah's going to do with a flick shot.
Sends it out there.
And the other play is to come up the center. It's a little bit tighter, but it suits well for the backhand shot.
Keeps it nice and low around the trees. A nice skip
Like
back to
that.
the center.
That route's a little bit more dangerous, but you can definitely get a little bit more distance too. So.
Another nice low one, a good skip at the end. Well played. Good looking shot there. Oh, that one just got away. Tough break. Caught that overhanging branch. Right down the middle. All right, Sarah is in there. I can see movement.
Closer.
I'm shot going through a roller on their second shot. It really sets up well for a backhand roller.
Sarah close to that sign. Doesn't seem to be in her way. Puts it right in. Jimmy, what do you think of these Prodigy baskets?
If you are a center putter with a firm putt, these will suit you really well.
Any issues of glancing blows, or do they suck them in, or they just blow them out to the side? We got pars and a bogey there, folks.
They seem to like. I think they would kick something off.
Moving on to
the
basket
right.
9, B position, par 3, 561 feet. I like that inner web kind of design. It seems like it would prevent them from hitting the pole.
It will. I mean, but like I said, they're built to catch something that's on the pole.
Wow.
Now the guys are used to the hyzer putt that comes in may not necessarily. I saw some things that was like, where it would have gone in on another basket.
Nice long tee here, nice looking hole.
This is one of those par 3s that is tough, especially I think for this group to actually birdie. Some of these long tee pads really stretch these holes out.
And that one takes off a little bit to the right. Not a single early tree, Jimmy. I'd be over those on those trees all over
I
them.
hit those trees in my second round here, and it was not pretty.
Good pitch out.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a par on any
That was
these
sweet,
long
Jimmy,
par
right
threes.
there. Got around, turned over a bit. See if Sarah can blast it out of there.
I think she's got a pretty good look at out of there.
All right, that one checked up. Katrina also on that side. Takes it high. There we go. This is a tester right here, Jimmy.
Especially for bogey.
Just caught the top band. Pours it in.
Nice putt.
Trina Allen finishes up. All right, tough double bogey for Valerie. Everybody else pars. We're tied at the top and just one stroke back for the other two players. We're moving on to basket 10. It's in the C position, par 4, 461 feet.
In order to get a birdie, you're going to have to be on top of that hill. It cuts almost a 90-degree turn to the left.
She really digs down and then just breaks out. Nice shot.
That's a nice drive. And that's up there to get a look. That's the one you gotta miss. There's a little gap down there on the left-hand side that Sarah's gonna be trying to hit.
Great follow through on that forehand.
That looked really good. There's a little gap on the left, and the basket is slightly right of the gap, so it really fits in well for this flick shot.
They're similar.
Nice basket placement. Katrina Allen just on the left edge. Looks like it's open. Good run at it. Valerie hits the putt. got a birdie there from Sarah. She's got a one-stroke lead. But he falls in one stroke behind that. We're moving on to basket 11, B position, par 3, 416 feet.
Up over that ridge, almost dead straight.
Oh no.
A little bit high, cutting back. Wind got that one. Sarah nice and smooth on that shot. Just missed that center tree.
She got distance on it, though. I mean,
Good D.
oh, that was looking to be really sweet.
Wow, Jimmy just got away from her.
Those are the things you have to avoid on these courses. You know, you already have one bad thing happen
The
to you.
trees.
Well, no, you have one bad thing happen
Whoa,
to
there's
you,
a rollaway, Jimmy. Wow.
and then you compound it with just a mental mistake.
Wow, that's right up there.
Nice upshot. See, now Valerie got lucky and went all the way down to the basket.
Big jump putt and
And
cans
hits it. Wow.
Great shot. Oh, I think the flies there. It looked like she was shooing away something there. Might have gotten
I think
her
the
head.
hole just got away from her. You know,
Yeah, Jimmy, it's amazing how sometimes a bad shot will compound itself. You know, you just gets in your head, and the next thing you know, you're whacking all the way down the fairway. All right, a tough double bogey for Katrina. Birdie from Valerie as she ties Sarah at the top with that beautiful jump putt. Folks, we're on to basket 12, C position, par 3, 418 feet.
it's another one of those really long par threes.
Smooth and through the gap.
Well, that's the first thing. You have to hit that gap. Anything in those, you know, the woods to the right, make this hole hard.
Sarah with a nice shot through
Yep,
the gap.
that's going to work out. See, and they're just trying to get through that gap and get the three. They're not even thinking two.
Another forehand. Just made it settled near the base of the tree.
Now, Katrina's thinking two. She's pulling out the roller. No.
Didn't get an eye on that one.
Now that.
Very well played.
Wow.
Foul around the other side, right up there. Good view of Katrina in the basket. Puts it right at the base.
It's a much faster green than it looks like, too. Trust me, she's laying this up.
Sarah cans the putt. Nicely done. Pars around, folks. Moving on to basket 13, a C position, par 4, 611 feet.
This is a brutal hole. It's going to bend from left to right around this whole tree line. Tree lines on both sides with an OB behind the basket. Just to add insult to injury.
Tough to see in the shadows, the disc penetrating through there.
Slow down.
Sarah's form almost looks like those bullwhip folks when they get out. She just lays right into it.
Well, that might have been really a nice shot.
Into the woods. Nicely done.
We have to make sure it's straight enough that you don't go into that first part of the woods there on the right-hand side. See, I thought Sarah had a great shot, and she just sort of skipped in and trickled in. There's a line to the basket, but you have to be in the exact right spot for it. Now that looks pretty. Come on.
Sarah stepped into that one nicely. Got some good distance there. Looks like Katrina's going to have to cut something through there. Skip and hit a tree, slowed it down.
Problem with a lot of these holes is you just cannot get frustrated if you don't make it through, like, you know, for the birdie. You have to take the par on some of these holes.
Right at the basket. Sarah Cunningham.
Now there's OB behind this basket, fairly close, within 30 feet.
Just by the right side. Right over the rim. Nice par from Valerie Jenkins. Oh, tough break. Just didn't get over the rim.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever over the rim.
Whoa, a little right chain action. Looked like it was bouncing on the rim, but stays
in. Now, you asked about those baskets. That is the one putt that might kick out on those baskets.
Tough bogey by Sarah Hokum. She drops one to Valerie. Jimmy, we're off to basket 14, C position, par 4, 505 feet.
This is one of the true righty backhand holes.
Blast it right down the middle. Another good shot. I didn't want to nice it before it got there. High cut shot.
Now Sarah's gonna have to play this dead straight, and then hope she has the right line for the flick shot, approach shot.
Turns it over.
Step one.
Nice.
That's pretty straight though.
Yeah.
She has to start it out that way, but.
Got away a little bit.
She can get a skip off that.
Found a gap through there.
Yeah, you have no idea how nice of a shot that was.
Just great control we're seeing from the lady players here, Jimmy. Puts it right at the base of the basket. Great view of Sarah Holcomb here on her third throw. Goes high. Just hits the face. Tough roll away, Jimmy.
Wow. With the last couple of putts, he really needs to do something here.
Pours it in.
Like that.
Nice recovery.
That's when you start worrying about hitting it short again and having another roll away.
Trina straight in. Can't say enough about focus, Jimmy, especially on some of those short putts. You miss the putt, you're losing money.
For real.
All right, we've got 3 pars and a birdie. Seeing some great disc golf, folks, as we're on to basket 15. It's the B position, par 3, 248 feet. Look at that gap.
There is a gap there. It's tight, but it is there.
Good skip up.
There's also, all along where those first trees are, there's an OB creek there. So if you hit any of those trees, you're probably landing in the OB. Oh, did I mention the OB road behind the basket?
I see it now. It's a little bit deep. Just twisted a little bit right before it came back. You see how close that out of bounds road is to the basket.
I think that's one of the reasons you find some of these shots come up short off the drive.
Absolutely. Pars around for our ladies. This is basket 16. It's the B position, par 3, 219 feet. We talking ace run here, Jimmy.
This is pretty uphill. I mean, seriously uphill. This place is closer to almost 400 feet. like I said, once again, it doesn't look like it's uphill, but that is way uphill.
Hell hits the left tree, kicks right.
And it's also much tighter than it looks, too.
Sarah right down the middle, slides it up. Pars around.
That's actually good to get pars around on that hole. One little bad kick in those woods can become a disaster.
Basket 17's in the B position, a par 3, 281 feet.
Now, this is an ace run. It's all downhill. As the other one was uphill, this is all downhill. Cubby, you could reach this with your putter.
I could. I don't like throwing a putter off the tee. I only like using a putter for putting.
Really?
I'd be using my Felon or a Firebird or just cutting something down there. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there is a flick shot route down there.
I think Sarah Holcomb's going to go the same way.
This was the only hole I had success on this course on. I birdied it both days, both rounds.
Good blast there. Just over the basket, tails away and rolls a little bit.
You can't see how much of a downhill slope that is either. And behind the basket is a huge
You can tell it just
drop-off.
really takes
Yep.
off down there.
Oh, behind
just
the
caught
basket
the
is
top.
really bad.
Whoa, that one went right over the top. Wind must have just...
Yeah, there's got to be a little
Grabbed
breeze
it.
out there.
Oh, same thing happens. Frustrating for sure, Jimmy. Sarah lofts it right over the rim. All right, a tough double bogey there. A birdie from Sarah. Tie at the top, Jimmy. As we move on to basket 18, it's in the C position. Par 4, 538 feet.
OB Road on the left-hand side and some dense woods behind the basket. That's going to have to get some skip. See, that's playing the road there.
Yeah.
I'm sure she didn't mean to.
Nice shot there.
That looked really nice. Wow, Valerie went OB.
You can see how steep that hill is.
Oh yeah,
Usually a camera doesn't do it justice, but you could see there it is steep.
Looks like Sarah went OB. Now that was a bad break for her. The righty has a chance of skipping down the hill, throwing a backhand, but Sarah went with a forehand, so that was just a pure bad break.
Sarah Hokum pours the birdie in.
She's on a roll right now. See, she was able to shake off those 2 missed putts earlier.
She has. Valerie with the bogey. All right, a couple of birdies and a couple of bogeys. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to see the best players in the world take on Nob Hill. All right, folks, here we are. We're on to basket 1, C position, par 3, 319 feet.
That sets up well for Sarah's forehand. I just don't know if she can reach this. This is much farther than 319 up that hill.
Making it look routine, Jimmy. Just set them up there.
You know, it takes on a lot of these par 3s. It takes a lot of power to even get close, and that's just to get the easy 3. I would say this hole plays close to 450. I think last year or last month we saw the champ down this hole, and he was 50 feet short.
Yep, did not get out.
Now there's a little drop off here, but the road is not OB on this hole.
Nice putt there by Valerie. Bogey from Sarah Cunningham. Pars for the rest of the ladies. Here we are at basket 2. It's a B position, par 3, 327 feet.
Okay, this is going to play downhill, and it's going to set up really nice for the flick shots. That could be parts.
Down the left. Fowler with a nice shot there. Sarah blasts the forehand through the gap as well. Wow. Tough break. All right, a birdie, 2 pars, and a bogey. We've got a 4-stroke lead by Sarah Hokum. This is basket 3. It's in the C position. Par 4, 490 feet.
Tight hole. I'm serious. This is catch anything and you are off this fairway, and it's brutal.
Yep, there's a little hit there. It was a big blast off the tee.
We actually see a lot of guys throwing mids and putters off this tee pad just to keep it on the fairway. If you can be dead straight on, 250 feet down that fairway, you've only got another 200 feet to the basket. See, that's what I think. That's what Valley did. She threw a rock or something down there.
Sarah Hokum on the left side. Is it out? Katrina Allen right in the woods. You can see her arm in the disc. Hopefully she's got a bigger gap to throw through. She gets back out into the center of the fairway. She caught the right edge.
Basket's actually on the left edge, just slightly.
Sarah cuts it down the left side.
She tried to get sneaky. Because there's the gap you need to hit, and then let it trail off a little bit.
Put it right there.
Skills.
You know, Jimmy, with all these trees, we're seeing all type of contorted stances to try to get around some of these trees. Put you out of position.
Yeah, and some of these players aren't used to this. I mean, the big thing on the NTs and everything are the wide open courses. They're easy to film with all the rope and everything. So, some of these players just aren't used to this, and it can start playing with your head quickly.
Sarah finishes up. Slide down the left side of that. It stays in. A couple of pars, couple of bogeys. We've got a 3-stroke lead by Sarah Hokum. Folks, we're on to basket 4. It's in the B position. Par 3, 310 feet.
This is another one of those par 3s that are almost unreachable. The elevation here is a good 50 feet.
Sarah throws it
high. I
high.
may exaggerate 50, but it is huge. It's just dead straight up a hill. And with lots of trees.
Tough break there. I like how Sarah lines up with that stretch to look at her line. Well, big pull, turning over some.
And still hit a tree.
Trees for everybody.
Nice shot. You just got to keep your bogeys under control on these holes. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Hold on what you got, minimize the damage. Sarah, then I shut up a great view of Katrina here. Our cameraman, Kevin McGorry, just frames these shots like it's art, folks. He's one of the best in the business. Jump putt, gets it close. Beautiful finish. No problem for Valerie. 2 pars, 2 bogeys. Sarah with 4 shots on the top. As we go into basket 5 in the C position, par 3, 498 feet.
This is just almost a horseshoe left to right around this tree line. And it is long.
Sarah cuts it around. Gets the roller going.
It's probably one of the hardest par 3s I've seen out here.
Sarah gets her forehand to cut around. Probably with the high turnover shot.
And this is what they're left with after those drives on the par 3. I'm telling you, this is a really brutal hole.
Turns it over right there. Ooh, just missed. A great effort. Sarah with the jump putt. Just off the top and a little bit of a roll away. Right over the rim, squeaked it in. Sigh of relief there.
It's not? Oh, well, it's a par 4 in my book. I don't care.
Yeah, Jimmy, she agrees with you. It's a tough one. 3 bogeys on that one, par for Katrina. Folks, this is basket 6. It's in the B position, a par 3, 302 feet.
Pretty much downhill.
More trees.
Yeah, it's more, but it opens up after the tree line and it's down a hill. The problem with this hole is the roll away because it sits on a bank. There's no OB, but the rollway goes down into some nasty woods.
Katrina carries quite a ways down the hill. Scooted to the right.
Could be a putt. It's just so hard to get the flick shot to. I mean, that's the natural shot on the hole, but it's so hard to get it to stick there.
And we just see the top of the head.
She's down there. She's down there.
Sarah Hokum right there. Big uphill putt.
You know, I would like to say that all 4 of these ladies are sponsored, and they all represent their sponsors very well.
Wow, let's see if that one stayed or rolled away. Nope, not too bad.
I mean, they've all caught some bad breaks, and I haven't seen any bad behavior whatsoever.
Ah, just off the rim. Now, Valerie with the birdie there. And folks, that's it. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up the Women's Open Division. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Be right back. Well, Jimmy, we got to see some great disc golf from our Women's Open players. Sarah Hokum, impressive with 5 birdies and only 3 bogeys to edge out the rest of the ladies.
Like I said at the beginning, she can play in the woods. There's just no doubt about it. Her flick shot served her really well in this course. It just sets up that way. I mean, yeah, it is what the course is. And some of the ladies had some rollaways here and there. Sarah could have shot better. I mean, she actually missed a couple putts. So, I mean, there was a stretch there where I was like, oh no, things are going to fall apart. But she didn't. She really kept her head, and she pushed that strong.
What else impresses you about that round with the ladies that we just covered?
You know, the whole thing, these woods can really start to frustrate you. And they didn't get that frustrated. I mean, I thought a couple times in there, if it was me, I would have blown up. I mean, there was just those times, and they all seemed like to make, to hit those little spots, and then, really just bounce back on the next couple of holes.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed the coverage, and if there's ladies in your household or ladies you're watching, grab some discs and get out there and play. We want to grow the sport, and we hope you enjoyed this month's coverage of the world. Next month, we're going to continue to showcase the 2015 PDGA Professional Disc Golf Association World Championships. We hope you'll stay with us. We thank our cameraman producer, Kevin McGorry, for the outstanding coverage. And that's it for this month, folks. I am Carl Cubbage, joined by the legend of Delaware, Jimmy McIlvaine, for Disc Golf Monthly, the show that takes you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.